So I'm going to share with you the first of 5 skills. In the book, when you read it, there are 5 skills. These 5 activity management skills will help you to be more efficient with your time. They'll help you to stay focused on the things that matter most in life. So, the skill of choosing is what we're going to talk about. Now, I'm going to give you a formula in about 5 minutes. This formula you can apply to your life immediately when you walk out the door if you choose, which will have a significant impact. So we like to use metaphors in the book, and we use the metaphor of a traffic light to prioritize our activities. Now, everybody probably went through a few traffic lights on the way here. What did you do when you came up to a red light? Yeah, well, you stopped, right? You don't even really think about it. You stop when you see red. So when we see red activities that come to us primarily from other people, we stop exactly what we're doing and we go take care of that red event right then and there. Reds stand for activities that are vital and urgent. In other words, they require an immediate response. Now, there's a human emotion that we've tied to each one of these colors. The human emotion is upheaval. Typically, when these reds come up, like a car breaks down or the internet goes down, it throws us into this state of upheaval because we didn't plan for it to happen, right? And we have to take care of it. So reds are pretty easy for us to understand what they are. Those are all typical responses. Now, what about green? Green stands for go, right? Vital, but not urgent. In other words, there are the things that we want to do today, we should do today, but if we don't get done with all those green activities, they can carry over tomorrow. It's not going to be the end of the world. The human emotion is harmony. I know that when I'm working on a green activity such as exercising, it's directing me closer to a goal, which is to be physically fit. When I'm doing that, I'm experiencing harmony, right? When I'm not doing that and I'm gorging on pizza like I did last night, I'm feeling disharmony and complete discomfort. Anybody feel like that? So, greens are vital, not necessarily urgent. But what happens like exercise if I continue to put it off too long? Turns into a red, right? Because then it's vital and urgent because my health depends on it. So go here as much as possible. Those are some examples of some green activities, and I know that I'm going through this pretty quick. I just wanted to give you a crash course. You can read this again in the book. So think about the green activities in your life. Now, the color yellow. Yellow stands for activities that are not vital, but they do carry some value. What did you do when you came up to a traffic light that was yellow today? You thought about it, right? You make that decision, you think, it's yellow. Am I close enough that I can make it through? And you go, or you stop, you slam on the brakes. Now, I'm very indecisive for those of you that know me. I change my mind quite a bit. And so I've had some pretty close calls when I come up to these red lights where I think about going, and then I know that I can't, so I slam on the brakes. Fortunately, I haven't been in a major accident yet. So, not vital, some value. When these yellow activities pop up, especially from other people during the day, it throws us into a state of illusion. In other words, what might be a red for somebody else really is a yellow to me. So we have to be master editors of some voicemail, some email requests, some drop-in visitors. You know the people that I'm talking about. So be cautious, reschedule, proceed on the green activities. Now, I've got some simple examples up there. Each one of those, there's some similarity between all of them. Meeting preparation for a meeting that's next week. Doing my expense report that's due next Friday. Buying an anniversary gift that's later this month. Scheduling a routine doctor appointment. It's the first of the year, maybe it's a good time to get an annual physical, right? Purging our email and paying bills. So they all carry some value. I need to do them at some point, but I don't have to do them today or tomorrow or maybe even this week. Okay? So that's how we prioritize with the color yellow. You'd find a lot of these on maybe a master task list, a list of the things that you need to do maybe this month. Now there's one more color that I want to introduce you to. I know that it's not part of the stoplight, but it's the color gray. Any guesses what that stands for? Don't waste gray matter on gray events. It's not vital. They're not urgent. In other words, they can pull us into a big time waster. When we do, we experience trivia. Now, I don't have examples up there, but just shout out what you think would be a time-wasting activity that maybe you slip into. TV. Television is a big one, right? Xbox, playing games, the internet, right? social networking, texting, talking to my mother-in-law. Yeah, office gossip, that's a big one, right? Office gossip, gossiping with other people. So we want to be conscious of when we slip into the gray zone, and that's why we have that color. Now, when we begin to use these colors, you can use them in all areas of your life. If you think about it, we live in a very fast-paced environment today with the internet, right? Technology, and the expectations of doing more with less in both our work and our personal life, especially if we have families, right? We have a lot of demands. So we need to have a way to make better choices. We need to have a way to prioritize all the information, the activities that come to us during the day, and you can do it with this. When your cell phone rings, instead of automatically answering it, you ask yourself the question. What would the question be? Yeah, that's the normal question, right? You've got caller ID, so you say to yourself, what color is this? If it's the mother-in-law, you pretty much know what color it is, right? What about email? If you're on email all day long, what if you began to prioritize your email with color? What about drop-in visitors, people that pop in your office or that stop by your house? Now, you don't want to say that out loud, that filter question. What color is this? Because that would be rude. But you just say to yourself in your mind. I promise you that if you begin to get in the habit of doing this, it will help you to stay focused on the activities that mean the most in your life.